Hello again, everybody. After watching my video from yesterday, I don't know how you interpreted it, but when I watched it, I thought maybe it was a little misleading. I talked about how I feel myself as far as sensation and everything goes, but um, cancel. People don't, you know, really understand what it's like being a quadriplegic, which I understand. But there's a lot of questions out there. I get asked quite a few. Um, like sensation goes, I guess I'm lucky because the break in my neck is the fusion is they fused my C3 and C4 vertebrae, and my loss of function is below my C4, so that's basically my chest and down. I shouldn't. I don't think I should technically have any feeling or be able to move anything. So I'm lucky in that aspect. I can't really move anything. I can, move my fingers very little. I can start to move my arm a little bit, which seems like it's getting stronger, but who knows. But a lot of people that have my injury or other injuries can't sense or feel or anything below their level of injury. So I just wanted to clear that up because yesterday it just kind of made it sound like what I'm experiencing is normal, and that's not the case. I think I got lucky in that aspect. A lot of people also have pain, nerve pain, and again, I got lucky and I really don't have too much of that. My hands my hands always feel cold, and I ask somebody to touch them and they say it feels, they feel hot or feel normal. So I get some nerve pain, I guess, there with my hands, but other than that, I don't experience that too much. And you can't really compare myself against anybody else. There's so many different levels of, paralysis. You could have an incomplete injury, which I have, which means I bruised my spinal cord. And then there's a complete injury, which means you severed your spinal cord. Again, I got lucky being an incomplete, but just because you are a complete doesn't mean there's no hope for you. Anything's possible with places like Kennedy Krieger that I go to and medicines that I just started, and it's just you could put somebody next to me that has the same injury as myself, and we could be in two different places. They told me I probably would never breathe on my own again, which they probably shouldn't have said because they were wrong, thank God. But you never know, so you can't really compare one quadriplegic to the next. So I just wanted to clear that up because, again, when I watched it, I was telling you about myself, but it seemed like I was talking about all quadriplegics. But again, going back to what I did say, never assume anything because you never know what that person may or may not feel, or what they can do, what they can't do. And me personally, I wouldn't mind if I was out and somebody came up to me and politely, or in a decent way, asked me what happened and what can I feel, what can I do. Not just walk up to me and 2 seconds later just start blurting out a million questions. But I think it's only fair because I personally would like to educate people out there that don't know or have questions. I'd rather them ask questions than just sit there and stare and think negative things about me, or whatever people do that see me. I don't know. So I don't know if that's the case with everybody. I guess at the beginning of my injury, I probably would rather have people not talk to me just because I was really uptight about it. I still kind of am, but I guess I'm coping with that and getting a little better as time passes. So I just wanted to put that out there again. always check with somebody. If you have questions, I think it's only fair to ask them. And if they decide they don't want to talk to you about it, if you do it in a polite way, then they'll tell you they don't want to talk about it, and that's that. But again, I really didn't experience anybody ever asking me questions besides my family until I went to a concert. I don't know, last month maybe, I guess it was. Um, and some girl came up to me and was asking me questions out of nowhere. It was pretty funny. I think she was maybe, half drunk, but it was still funny. And that was the first person that came up to talk to me, and it was kind of cool, even though she was being a little goofy. It was some of the questions she asked were interesting, and I didn't mind at all. I was not drunk, so I don't know. It was just cool that somebody came up to me and she said, I don't want you to think I'm talking to you just because you're in your chair. She told me I was good looking, which is debatable, but it was nice just to have that happen. So I'm rambling again. I don't know what's going on, but I guess I'll shut up for now. But hope everybody's doing well, and if I don't check in again by Thursday, hope everybody has a nice Thanksgiving, enjoys their time with their family, and I'll talk to you later. Close. Show numbers. 7. Cancel. Mouse grid. 8. 8. 7. Click. I can't wait until I get some kind of function back in my hands so I don't have to do this every time, because it is really annoying. And I'm sure you don't like listening to me say it every time, but as of right now, you're going to have to deal with it. Minimize. Mouse grid. 8. 6. 2. 3. Click. Goodbye, everybody.